run the gauntlet?
What I tried to say is that I think that Congress has given the president this authority already, and unlike the DACA thing that the President Obama made up out of whole cloth, there was no congressional authorization for it. Here, there's clearly congressional authorization, whether it's wise or prudent or whether it's the best way for the branches to function relative to each other. That's a very legitimate question and a debate we ought to have.
I think Congress will vote to overturn this national emergency. As to whether a veto can be overturned as well, that remains to be seen. The president may prevail on the veto, but in the end, he loses because the courts will reverse him, and ultimately, he is setting a precedent that will completely eviscerate the constitutional boundaries for the president's power.
Whether it's a Democrat or Republican, it's just wrong. It's not who we are. The three branches of government, it's very clear our duties and responsibilities. All of a sudden now, because we don't like something or we have a favorite that we like better, that we want to declare it, since I can't convince the American people to support it or the representatives of the people basically to do it, I'm going to circumvent that. I don't think that's right. I try to work with the president wherever I can when I think it's good for my state and my country. I'm very careful about that. And I can go home and explain it. If I can go home and explain it, I can vote for it. This one I cannot explain, saying this is definitely a national emergency and definitely we have to do it this way. I don't see that, and I take the Constitution very seriously, that the power of the purse lies with Congress.
Senator Murkowski, Hi. Just one second.
I have been concerned whenever any president, Republican or Democrat, moves beyond what I think most would consider to be their authorities. And so when you have an action that goes beyond those powers, I worry about things like the separation of powers. I actually care about the institutions, whether it's the institution of the executive, the legislative, or the judiciary. And so this is not about whether or not I support President Trump or not. This is not about whether or not I support this Milcon project or that Milcon project. This is not about whether or not you support ensuring that our borders are strong and secure, which I absolutely do. This is about making sure that we respect the lines and the lanes of authorities that are laid out in the Constitution. And so I'm going to be voting yes on the resolution of disapproval.
Thank you.